going to be talking about this model that's just been announced by this team called the Sub-quadratic. So according to their claim here, they say the first model built for long context stacks. So let's just hear a little bit about what the guy announcing here has to say.
Today we're announcing a major architectural breakthrough, the world's first fully sub-quadratic LLM. SubQ has a 12 million token context window and frontier-level intelligence.
So you could see the claim here, like he's talking about the fact that, the model is actually performing almost at par with like some of the best models that we have. And this is actually a very big claim. Although we can't really test the model for now, but it's something that someone has to watch. For example, they're asking there for people to request early access, depending on what you want to build. But this claim is quite huge. So let's listen further.
It outperforms Opus 4.7 on long context at less than 5% of the cost. At 1 million tokens, SubQ processes tokens 52 times faster than sparse-attention, and dramatically changes the cost of training and inference, enabling us to scale context windows to 12 million tokens and beyond, pushing the boundaries of intelligence. This means your agents can now complete weeks of work at a time without degrading, reasoning across entire code bases, merging hundreds of PRs at once, and finding patterns in tens of thousands of documents, all in one shot without losing accuracy, speed, or context. SubQ.
So the claim here is actually huge. That, for example, if you have a very large code base, I think they even demonstrated it here. Let's say, for example, that your entire Python source code could be like 5.1 million token, and then your 1,050 pull requests against the React code base could be 7.5 million token. Their claim is that you're going to load all this stuff at once. So all these issues where we are trying to fight context will not really be an issue. That you have that it can reason across 12 million tokens with 1/5 the cost. So that means it's quite cheaper than the model we have now. And according to their claim here, they said it's not just the fact that they are not using like modern LLM architecture, so that this is a change in the way these LLMs are built. So it's using what they call the fully sub-quadratic sparse attention. I think when I was looking at also the Twitter post, there were some people that were kind of criticizing the technique, and they said the particular version of their sub-quadratic sparse attention architecture is designed to handle some of those bottlenecks. LLM today wastes compute by processing every possible relationship between words, but only a small fraction of this relationship matters. So the aim here is to optimize for the relationship that actually matter. So the technical report is coming soon. So this is the leaderboard. So you could see how it performed, although not like Opus 4.7, but it actually beats Opus 4.6. And considering the fact that, based on what they're saying, that it works on very long context window. And this is also kind of like their preview model. So what will happen? So it's going to really be crazy. So let's watch out and see what is going to happen. So they're actually asking people to request for either API access in case you're building agents or you're coding. And I think they are actually releasing their own code tool. I think it's like SubQ code, which is actually amazing. So if you want to be on the early release access list, so you could just click here and then fill your name. I think they are going to ask you like which product you are interested in. This get to show you that they want to bring SubQ code. I think this one should be almost exactly like Cloud Code. And then the SubQ API should be more like your open API access, where you could connect with your applications and build agentic apps. So you could also request for both. I've actually submitted a request. I can't wait to test it out so that we see how this model actually...
At 12 million tokens, this reduces compute almost 1,000 times, changing the way the LLMs scale. Today, SubQ is available for early access, along with SubQ Code, a coding agent built on the next generation of AI technology. This marks a new era for builders, an era powered by sub-quadratic intelligence. Visit subq.ai to get early access.
So, I will want you to, request for early access. Let us test this together and see whether this shifts like the way we write code today. So, please try and subscribe to my channel if you like content like this, and I will keep hitting you back to back. Take care. Bye.